So here we are in Ludwigslust in the Schloss Park. Beautiful spot, and we're a little over halfway through this Berlin to Hamburg experience. So I'm gonna check in with myself and check in with others on how they're feeling halfway through. For me, I guess a sense that I maybe didn't fully expect is just seeing little gardens, little the breakfast, like the boiled eggs and the things I grew up with, and now I see where they come from. I see exactly where my mother learned how to do all those things. She was such a good gardener. She had, her flowers remind me of the flowers that we're seeing around here. So that's been a really nice thing. And the other thing I have, I saw a sign that was something about no war, live free. And that just really struck me, given where my mother was headed, what she was freeing herself from, but what also in the bigger picture she became to believe was so important, never having war again. And we know that's not the case now, but that's a hope that is reinforced by this trip.
Hey, today has been a pleasant and easy ride. I'm relieved because yesterday was a hard day of riding. By the time we rolled into Perleberg, I was exhausted, but beautiful, and we went through a lot of beautiful country yesterday. It's the agricultural land is in full bloom, and it's gorgeous, and it's also the way Germany and other places too. The demarcation between the urban and the town and the agriculture is so clean, and it just makes the whole landscape beautiful. So yeah, and in my head, so I'm in 2023 for the most part, riding along, but I'm also in 1945 in my head. And I could go on a bit about that, but yeah, I'm remembering, yeah, in addition to kind of retracing Annaliese's route here and trying to imagine her experience, I'm remembering some of my family. My dad was in World War II. I had 4 uncles, including my Uncle Marty, who was in the Battle of the Bulge in just 6 months before the ride that we're remembering, and not that far away. And he would never talk about it. Yeah, so that's where I am.
It's been a very nice day. The weather is perfect, not too hot, not too cool, little breeze, but no headwind, and beautiful little hamlets and villages to go through. Everything's it's a lovely day.
Been thinking of Anneliese as we go, and was struck as we were crossing over the Autobahn that certainly that was not there in her day. But going through all the villages, some really beautiful little villages with lots of, I think, buildings that were there when she came through. Old barns, and not the image I had in my head, but beautiful kind of brick barns that she spent nights in on her travels. So here we are, and we keep on going, and it's been great.
I was very happy to hear Jeffrey say that we're over halfway done. It's all downhill from here. And so far so good, as Mom would say. Jeffrey reminded us this morning that this leg of the trip is where she first saw people from the concentration camps who had been released on the roads, and she remarked how you know, about their appearance and their condition and so forth. Maybe for her, that put her situation in a little bit of perspective at the time. But it's been a beautiful ride this morning, as several have said, and great contrast to our, our tough headwinds yesterday. And looking forward to the rest of the ride to Wittenberg. And tonight we will hopefully see our cousin Ina, who is my mother's sister's daughter, and her husband.